What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. I know you didn't see Raw on Monday, right?
I don't know what happened.
Bro, only one highlight thing did happen, and that was the whole Bobby Lashley Miz stuff.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't the episode. So, what episode had Randy Orton spitting up some kind of goo?
That same episode.
Oh, okay.
That same episode.
Hold on.
It was that Papa Shango thing.
Okay. What you saying there?
I was saying, yeah, so that was the same show. So Lashley came out and gave Miz 1 hour to get his stuff together because he owes him a debt for helping him beat down McIntyre to win that championship. So as Lashley comes out and Miz says, I need more time, but what about a week? And then if Strowman comes out and then Strowman says if he deserves the championship, which he doesn't, and then they made a Strowman versus Lashley, and if Strowman wins, he'll be added for a triple threat. Well, WWE did not pull the usual trigger that they usually do by like to throw Strowman in there, set to get the stuff against the stack the odds against the Miz. We're getting Bobby Lashley 1-on-1 with the championship for Miz, and I'm telling you, I'm happy for Lashley. I'm actually behind this 100%. And the first night it happened, the first Monday and Tuesday, I'm just like, yo, we got a new WWE champion. I'm all happy for it, but then I sat there and thought about it. What do you think the plans for WrestleMania now, and what would you be happy with? Because what I'm looking at is, I'm like, okay, there's a couple scenarios that can go on here. Miz is not walking into WrestleMania with that championship. He's not. But there's a receipt coming because somebody wasn't there on Raw, and that was McIntyre. McIntyre, I think, is going to cost Lashley the match because he owes him a debt. And then what's going to happen is we're going to get the rematch at Fastlane between Bobby and The Miz. Bobby wins the championship there, and Bobby goes into WrestleMania as the champion. Or we have Drew McIntyre cost Bobby Lashley the match, and then at Fastlane, it's a triple threat match: Lashley, McIntyre, and The Miz. And then McIntyre wins the championship, and Lashley wins it at Mania.
Well, they definitely ain't gonna do that one. So,
hold on now. Have you been seeing what's been going on with Lashley in the past week? People are getting behind Lashley.
Yes, but they are behind McIntyre, so that's not going to happen.
I mean, they are kind of behind McIntyre, but however, McIntyre did have his chance, though. And right now, this ain't no time like the present. Or kind of like I used to say when we first met, ain't no time like prime time. So, right now...
So he's going to, if not this week, then at Fastlane. It's when Lashley's going to do it.
Well, let's do this. What do you think the scenario is, and how you see this ending?
I can see Lashley winning it. Unfortunately, them using him as a transitional champ so that Drew can win it in front of fans.
Look,
but at least Lashley will have it.
At first, I would agree with you. I would have. You know that. However, after seeing him beat Strowman clean on Monday, they gave us a complete swerve. Because tell me you didn't think it was going to be a triple threat match.
No, I did.
I did. After they,
I didn't, because I don't even know why he even came out there.
What, Strowman?
Yeah.
Because Strowman had a match. Was going to have a match with McIntyre at TLC. Remember, he got injured and he did the whole headbutt angle with Adam Pearce.
And who was that? Whose fault is that?
That's his fault. But I'm saying, but WWE would have probably want to recreate and have Strowman get his title shot.
kind of tired of seeing him in title matches, honestly.
He ain't been in them. he just been this record shot.
I honestly, I don't know. Braun is just stale on me. I don't know.
I mean, Braun
I'm just stale on Braun because it just, I just feel stale on Braun.
I mean, look, I agree with you. I'm still on Braun too, but having Lashley look that dominant, and as dominant as Lashley's been looking for months, he never lost the U.S. Championship. I do not think they're going to make him a transitional champion because you're going to do two transitional champions. A transitional means one time. Miz is the transitional champion. He won it. They get the briefcase out the way to go on and do something back. And I'm starting to think that, look, if they want Lashley never had the WWE Championship. And this is the biggest moment for Lashley. If you want to make the biggest moment, you do it at WrestleMania. Swerve everybody, have the heel. And that gets some heel heat because, first off, right now, he's looking like the face. Everybody wants to look. He'll be the third African-American WWE champion. Everybody's behind Lashley right now. The Miz is the heel, and Bobby Lashley's the heel, but right now, they're going to come out there looking like faces. So the best way to keep Lashley...
I think Lashley will win it on Raw, and they have the rematch at Fastlane. He wins, and then McIntyre challenges him. He kicks him at the pay-per-view after, and they set it up.
So you think they're going to keep McIntyre off TV for 4 weeks?
Not 4 weeks exactly, but I can feel like after that match is when McIntyre attacks whoever wins and says, "Now you got me to deal with."
Because it's March 1st. Fastlane is March 27th. That's 4 weeks away. They're not keeping one of the top stars, but Raw already sucks as bad as it does. They're not keeping him off 4 weeks because the beatdown that Lashley gave him wasn't that severe. If it was a severe beatdown, maybe. But it's like
but he did lose his championship. After people lose their championship, they kind of don't be there for 2 weeks anyway.
So you think Lashley wins it, beats Miz on tomorrow night, and then he goes on the Fastlane without seeing McIntyre, then McIntyre screws him at Fastlane?
I can see something like that happening. Not screws him, but just after the match, it's just now you got to deal with it.
It could be that, but I really think that if McIntyre lost, he's not gonna let Lashley win his championship. So I think McIntyre screws Lashley tomorrow because you got to keep the story going. You got to keep the interest going, and you gotta build this. You got to build the tension in the matchup. And right now, they had a match back during Extreme Rules back in the day. Last year, but that Lashley is on a different level now. So you got to build some kind of some tension up there. So right now, Lashley's the hot thing right now. And if you do that, we don't even know if we're gonna get Brock here or not. But right now, I think if you want to give Lashley the moment, and you can make him win at WrestleMania, or you can make him retain at WrestleMania. It will be two. It'll be two types of things, but. If Lashley's going to lose at WrestleMania back to McIntyre, then you give him the belt now. You give him the belt on Monday. You have him beat Miz clean, and then he goes 2 months as the champion. McIntyre wins it off of him, and then he wins it back off McIntyre, and he goes to his run. Or you just have Lashley be booked like a straight dominant beast, and he beats Miz, he beats McIntyre, and he beats McIntyre again, and then we make room for Brock. It could be like that because I'm right now. I'm all for the Lashley train right now. And first of all, I've been part of the Lashley train back when Leo Rush was a thing. But I'm glad now that he finally got a ways to go. And it's great to see it. But the question I just want to know: does he win it tomorrow or does he win it at Fastlane? Because Miz is losing that championship.
I'll say tomorrow, and so that he can go into Fastlane and retain, and then kind of worry about him winning it at Fastlane. The man trying to get his rematch on Raw.
Would this topic of interest qualify you to join for a Raw review?
We ain't going that far now. We still got the whole show. Honestly, the way it is going, I think Miz is fighting Bad Bunny at Mania. So, I don't even. This is so weird, this man.
But
this man had a championship, and then the next month he fights Bad Bunny at WrestleMania.
Well, like I said, he's a transitional champion, like Mick Foley was. And honestly, I thought he was going to be like a 24-hour champion, kind of like how Mick Foley was, how Christian was, whatever the case may be. And he loses the next night on Raw to the Miz, and Bobby Lashley wins the championship, and then we do the whole Drew and Lashley thing program right now. That's what I thought was going to happen. I didn't even going to wait a week to do this matchup, but they just did it to make, because Lashley looked strong throughout the whole night. Remember, he came out in the all white LeBron Zion draft #1 suit. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he was in the Will Smith Miami video. He came out there and was looking strong. And then, I mean, the promo was a little cringy because of what they wrote for him, but he came out there looking dominant. They came out there, he gave him an hour. That was a good hook to get people to do that 8 o'clock hour. And then they could get the Miz the championship, and then, no excuse, and then beat Braun clean, convincingly. So, I like that. Then when the Miz came in there, he just spine busted the fuck out of Miz, too. So, he's like, no, he not messing around. Lashley is not messing around. He's on another level. So, I'm just like, yo, put the strap, look, to the moon. Put the rocket on.
See, you can't do that for Bob Lashley. Talking about Bob Lashley gonna use Kim McGraw. I just ruins it.